Welcome back to History of Simple Things. Today's topic comes from one of our viewers, Dustin DeWend. Thanks for the suggestion. You asked, what's the difference between cement and concrete? If you've ever heard someone say cement sidewalk or concrete building, and wondered if they were the same thing, you're not alone. These two terms are often used interchangeably, but they're actually quite different. One is just a key ingredient in making the other. So what's the real difference? Stick around as we break it down right here on History of Simple Things. Cement is essentially the glue that holds concrete together. It's a fine, powdery substance made by heating limestone and clay to extremely high temperatures, around 1,450 degrees Celsius. This process creates something called clinker, which is then ground down and mixed with a few other minerals to form what we know as Portland cement, the most common type. Cement on its own isn't very useful. If you mix it with water, it will harden, but it's not strong enough to be used for construction on its own. That's where concrete comes in. Concrete is the final rock-solid material used in everything from sidewalks to skyscrapers. It's made by mixing cement with water, sand and gravel, or crushed stone. When these ingredients come together, a chemical reaction occurs called hydration, which allows the mixture to harden and gain strength over time. Think of it this way. Cement is like flour in a cake recipe. You wouldn't eat a spoonful of flour, but when you mix it with eggs, sugar, and butter, you get a cake. Similarly, cement alone doesn't do much, but when combined with other ingredients, it forms concrete, a material strong enough to build bridges, roads, and even entire buildings. The mix-up between cement and concrete is pretty common, and it makes sense. Cement is such a crucial part of concrete that people often assume they're the same thing. It doesn't help that construction workers, contractors, and even DIY enthusiasts sometimes refer to a cement driveway when they actually mean a concrete driveway. Another reason for the confusion is branding. Some cement companies market their products in a way that makes people think they're buying concrete. You might see bags labeled cement mix at the hardware store, but these often contain not just cement, but also sand and gravel, making them more like a pre-made concrete mix. How does cement harden? When water is added to cement, a fascinating process begins. Tiny particles in the cement react with the water, forming crystals that interlock and create a solid mass. This reaction, called hydration, continues for days, weeks, and even years. That's why concrete keeps getting stronger over time. In fact, the ancient Romans were masters of cement-based construction. They developed a form of concrete using volcanic ash, which helped structures like the Pantheon and aqueducts stand the test of time. Some of their concrete structures are still standing over 2,000 years later. Not all cement is the same. There are various types, each designed for specific conditions. For example, sulfate-resistant cement is used in environments where concrete is exposed to harsh chemicals like seawater. Rapid hardening cement sets faster than regular cement, making it useful for projects that need to be completed quickly. Concrete, too, comes in many forms. Some types are reinforced with steel bars, rebar, to make them even stronger, while others are mixed with air bubbles to create lightweight, insulating concrete. There's even self-healing concrete, which contains bacteria that produce limestone to fill in cracks over time. Getting the right balance of ingredients is crucial for making strong concrete. Too much water can weaken the final product, while too little can make it hard to work with. That's why construction workers follow precise ratios when mixing concrete. The standard mix is often referred to as the rule of 6, at least 6 bags of cement per cubic meter of concrete, no more than 0.6 water-to-cement ratio, and at least 6 days of curing to reach its initial strength. Proper curing, keeping the concrete moist and at the right temperature, helps prevent cracks and ensures long-term durability. Since cement is primarily used as a binder, you'll find it in things like mortar, which holds bricks together, stucco, the exterior plaster on houses, and grout, the filler between tiles. It's a versatile material, but you wouldn't build an entire structure out of pure cement. Concrete, on the other hand, is everywhere. It's used in roads, sidewalks, dams, bridges, buildings, and even underwater structures. The Hoover Dam, for example, contains over 3 million cubic meters of concrete, and it's still curing to this day. One downside to cement production is that it releases a lot of carbon dioxide. The industry accounts for about 8% of global CO2 emissions. However, researchers are working on greener alternatives, such as carbon-negative concrete that absorbs CO2 as it hardens. Some companies are also exploring ways to replace traditional cement with alternative binders, like fly ash or slag from steel production. Innovations like 3D printed concrete structures and ultra-high-performance concrete are also shaping the future of construction, making buildings more durable, efficient, and sustainable. So, next time you hear someone say cement sidewalk, you'll know what they really mean is concrete. Cement is just one ingredient in the mix, like flour in a cake, while concrete is the final hardened product we see in everyday structures. Understanding the difference isn't just about technical accuracy. It helps us appreciate the materials that literally shape our world. Whether it's the foundation of your house, the roads you drive on, or the skyscrapers that define city skylines, concrete is a fundamental part of modern life. And now, you can confidently explain the difference between cement and concrete to anyone who gets them mixed up. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.